Big matchup tonight, Frankfort High versus Great Crossing, one of the better teams in the state. Frankfort High, those 13-3. That matchup coming up next here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Call David Toll's Auto Pro for all your automotive needs.
Don't let your car keep you from making important plans. Take it to David Toll's Auto Pro, 515 Duncan Road and 1348 Versailles Road.
Welcome to Serafini, where dining is an experience. From our friendly service to our mouth-watering daily specials, pastas and salads, to our made-to-order, carefully crafted cocktails. Our goal is to give you a relaxing, casual atmosphere to enjoy lunch or dinner in historic downtown Frankfort. We also have a private dining room available for wedding rehearsals, private dinners, cocktail parties, or any other function. Visit us today at Serafini, where great food, drinks, and company come together.
Game of the Week is brought to you by David Toll's Auto Pro Tire and Auto Service, a full-service auto repair shop servicing all models. 2 locations to serve your automotive needs. Call 502-352-2988 for an appointment or go to davidtollsautopros.com.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Serafini. Serafini is proud to sponsor Game of the Week and wishes all teams a great season. Join us at Serafini for lunch or dinner to enjoy mouth-watering daily specials, pastas, and salads. Come see us for a premier dining experience where great food, drinks, and company come together. 243 Broadway Street, 502-875-5599.
Welcome again, folks, to F.D. Wilkinson Gymnasium here on Ewing Street in the capital city. Tonight, Frankfort High faces perhaps their toughest test so far this year when they take on Great Crossing. And there you see him, the UK commit, Malachi Moreno, the 7'1" center for Great Crossing. The Warhawks have only lost 4 games this season, but 3 of those were to out-of-state schools in holiday-type tournaments. There's their coach, Steve Page. They've only lost to 1 game in state, and that was
St. X.
St. X, yes. I knew it was a Louisville school. I couldn't remember. Clint Goins and Jason Hyatt here with you tonight, and we are about ready for our starting lineups. Frankfort High is coached by Ed McKinney in his first season as head coach of the Panthers. Frankfort High doing fairly well this season, as I said before, 13-3 on the year. So we'll see how well they do tonight against one of the top teams in the state.
Yeah, Coach McKinney off to a good start here in his inaugural season with the Panthers. You talked about 13-3. You know, that's a good starting record, and you know they've played some teams, even some 11th region teams that aren't necessarily lighting the world on fire, but you know, some Lexington teams like Tate's Creek and Dunbar, both they lost them both, but just by 2 and 4 points. So, you know, some stuff to build on, I think, for Frankfort High, and certainly they're going to have their hands full in a test tonight.
That's exactly right. So far, our starters for Great Crossing include number 0, L.J. Holman, a sophomore, Vince Dawson, number 1, a senior, Jamari Mason, number 10, also a senior, number 11, Gage Richardson, a senior, and Malachi Moreno, a senior. These seniors, they've been together for a very long time, and their chemistry kind of shows that. They have started here, gosh, I think they may have started for the Warhawks since the entire time the school's been in existence. Maybe, I can't remember when they came on the scene in 2020, so I guess these boys were in 8th grade at that point.
Yeah, and the point is they've been together for a long time.
Right. For Frankfort High, we have number 2, that's Xavion Knuckles. He's their leading scorer at 14 points, with Caius White, number 3, right behind him, with 14 points a game. Number 14 is Caleb Tracy. '23 is Cameron Crocker. He's a 6'2", 8th grader. And then Maxwell Jones, their leading rebounder, with 8 boards a game, wearing number 35. He is also a senior for the Panthers.
And you mentioned that Cameron Crocker, just an 8th grader, and he, along with Caius White, they're 2 3-point threats. They each have pretty similar numbers from behind the arc, but he likes to get his shots up, and just an 8th grader, but he is the 4th leading scorer on this team at 7.5 a game.
Well, 6'2", he has great promise. However, none are quite as tall as that guy right there, 7'1", Malachi Moreno, and my guess is Great Crossing again will kind of work it inside. Maxwell Jones didn't even try for the jump, and we have a foul right out of the gate. And was that a push off?
I believe that it was.
That's against Vince Dawson. He's not too short of a guy himself. He's 6'5", so they have 2 guys that are taller than any player on the Frankfort High roster. That shot's no good, but rebounded. And that is blocked by Moreno. Richardson up with it, and it's blocked, but the cleanup bucket gathered by L.J. Holman, 6'1" sophomore.
And similar to what we saw a couple of nights ago when Great Crossing played Western Hills, for the home team, you're going to have to try to slow things down. You don't want to get into a horse race with this Great Crossing team, because that can get ugly real fast.
And that shot doesn't draw iron, hits the baseline, turnover to the Warhawks.
Everybody on the Warhawk team, from top to bottom, they are all capable of driving and finishing at the rim. So, you can't give up anything in the lane or you will get burned.
And, they're relatively deep also. They've got some guys, the 6th and 7th man coming off the bench, not too bad oftentimes for the Warhawks.
Well, we even saw them the other night going down to 9, 10, and 11, and honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of drop-off there. I mean, some, obviously, especially when you talk about the key positions like Dawson and Moreno, but they still had some guys that could fill it up.
3-point shot, no good, but the rebound comes down to Tracy, and we get a double dribble called there on Cameron Crocker, the 8th grader.
He just forgot that he had started his dribble and picked it up, held it for a moment, and tried to reset, but can't do that.
Looks like the Panthers are starting off in a zone here, but quickly the Warhawks out to a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, another case there. You got Dawson flashing into the lane, just rising up, and nobody can challenge his shot, as tall as he is and as well as he can jump. That's an easy bucket for him from about 8 to 10 feet out.
Knuckles with it, looks for White, gets it to him. He drives the lane, and that may have been partially blocked by Moreno, not really sure. And again, quickly down the floor, and Dawson with an easy 2-pointer, and Coach McKinney calls a quick 30-second timeout. We'll take it with him. This is the Game of the Week on Cable 10.
In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do.
And families are why we do it.
There's the Frankfort High marching band, or pep band, I should say. They're not marching tonight, of course. Out here to cheer their team on. Representing. Warhawks call off the press for the moment.
That was a good timeout by Coach McKinney because, again, he's got to get that message across. We have to clog up the lane and stop giving up these fast break points because there has been little to no resistance on the 8 points that have been scored so far.
Almost stolen away, and another turnover by the Panthers.
We know that Great Crossing can shoot from outside. We saw Dawson and Richardson get hot against Western Hills, but you know, if they beat you from outside, so be it. But you can't do that.
That was, I think it was blocked, was it not?
Yeah, somebody got in there and got a piece of it. So,
hey,
good recovery defense leads to a transition the other way.
Frankfort High on the board. Caleb Tracy with the first bucket for the Panthers. Marino double team, draws the foul, doesn't get the shot though.
And I'm fine with that. You know, look, you can worry about foul trouble down the line. You see there was the block by Jones leading to this fast break from White over to Tracy for the lay-in. That's well executed. But hey, force Moreno to go to the line. You know, again, you can worry about foul trouble later on. Don't take them home with you.
Yeah, don't let the game get away in the first quarter.
Yeah, just because you're trying to stay out of foul trouble. A couple of good shots there, though, from Moreno.
Yeah, if I were Frankfort High, I think I'd slow the game down. I wouldn't be in too much of a hurry, but they were that time, and it's taken away. Double dribble by Richardson.
Yeah, and the difficulty for Frankfort High is you're absolutely right. You want to slow things down. That will play to your advantage. But this trapping, half-court pressing defense that Great Crossing's putting out there is forcing the action.
Yeah.
They're not going to let you just stand there and dribble and waste time. They're going to trap you make a tough pass, and it's created some turnovers.
Nice pass and a nice shot there. I think that was Knuckles with the bucket. No, it was White with the bucket.
Yeah, and good job of flashing to open spots. When they're trapping you like that, there's going to be open spots on the court. Go move and find them. Well done that time by White.
Off of the Panthers, that was a decent defensive effort by Frankfort High. Here's another look at the last play. That was a beautiful pass, and White found himself with an open shot, took it, and converted it. And that's going to happen often.
Well, that's on Jones twice because, number one, you let him get in front of you. That should never happen. And number two, you pushed him in the back when the points were already there. So that is a bad foul.
Yeah, I mean, you look at those two, and Jones has given up, 9 inches? Yeah, Jones he's giving up 11 inches. Jones at 6'2", Moreno at 7'1". He's going to have a hard time regardless tonight. The best thing he can do, I think, is try to keep Malachi Moreno as far away from the basket as he can possibly get him. Knuckles, three-point shot there by Tracy, and he converts.
Really good response from Frankfort High after that timeout. Coach McKinney clearly got a message across to his guys, and They have played much better since that point.
Tracy with 5 of Frankfort High's 7. 3-point shot, no good, but Moreno there with the easy rebound and flush. A little bit short that time.
Yeah, I think that was Crocker's first look at it. Didn't go for him.
Floater in the lane. I think it was Cooper, Trevante Cooper, into the game for Great Crossing.
I believe you are right. The left-handed floater.
Knuckles penetrates, gets it out to Jones. He'll try the 3, but doesn't draw iron. Oh, stolen away by Knuckles. Puts it up. It's blocked, but he draws the foul. That's going to be against Vince Dawson, the senior. Well, there's a familiar face. Mark Pope, head coach of UK, watching his signee play basketball. See what he can do. Knuckles hits the first free throw. Cuts the lead to single digits.
And that's a, pretty cool thing to see, having Coach Pope here. And a benefit of having a local guy come into the team. He can do that. Just head down the road a little bit, stop in to see one of his commits.
Not often you see a UK head coach in the capital city. Dawson with a 3-pointer there. I'm sure Dawson is probably signed with somebody, but I don't know who it is. Not a bad ball player himself. And if he hasn't signed, Pope may be looking at him.
It will be interesting with Pope here if we see Moreno show out a little bit more. He was pretty deferential in the Western Hills game, letting the other guys eat. See if he steps it up a little bit tonight in front of the coach. Just a little reminder of what he can do.
He worked on his assists the other night. White kicks it out to Tracy, over to Knuckles. Knuckles, nice pass. Oh, but White can't convert. 3-point shot off the mark. That was taken by Jamari Mason. Knuckles puts it up, no good. A rebound, however. That was Caius White in there, and he is handling the ball quite well and draws a foul. That's going to go against L.J. Holman.
Yeah, White has found himself in the right place at the right time several times here in this first quarter. He's really playing well. I don't know that he's got much to show for it in the scoring column, just 2 points, but really making an impact in this game so far. I just had the thought too that, talking about Moreno maybe being a little more aggressive in this one, there's also the possibility that he doesn't get the opportunity because there's 4 other guys on the court that may want to show off their skills for Coach Pope.
That's true. We got Caden Samuel into the game for Frankfort High. Wears number 1. He's a sophomore. Just checked in, gets the ball right now. I would say all 4 of the Great Crossing seniors are D1 players somewhere. Air ball there by the Panthers. Another pass. Oh, wow. One-handed dunk by Moreno.
That's just not something you're used to seeing in high school basketball. That ball looked like it was sailing out of bounds.
Yeah, the pass wasn't really there, but Moreno still made it happen. Three-point attempt, short, rebounded by Jones, and he can't get it either.
That's a couple that we've seen from the Panthers where they've missed from pretty close in. Probably just a little bit of fear of what may be coming, but Pretty good first half all in all, or first quarter.
Not too bad. Moreno's shot was after the buzzer, so it won't count. And we will go to the second quarter with the Warhawks up 22-8 here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher. Choose local realtors that treat you like family because real estate is what we do and families are why we do it. Reach out to the Hubbard team for all your real estate needs.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Traditional Bank. When your business is looking to win, with tough competition around every corner, you need high performers backing you up. Traditional Bank's local team will stand by your side as a trusted partner, your friendly neighbor, and your biggest fan. It's time to make the switch. Traditional Bank, member FDIC.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
This just in from our crack Cable 10 research staff, also known as Harvey Couch. Vince Dawson has committed to Morehead State, so he is in fact a D1 basketball player. Don't know about Richardson yet, or Mason, but they may have also signed somewhere. If we can find out, we'll let you know. Looks like the Warhawks have settled into a 1-3-1. Perhaps. Three-pointer no good. Marino easy rebound there. Richardson with the basketball. Ahead to Dawson. Lets the defender fly by. Misses the shot though.
Yeah, again, pretty good first quarter, especially after the timeout by Coach McKinney. For Frankfort High, they responded well, and that was with Knuckles and White combining for just 3 points.
Shot off the mark there.
Those, of course, their two leading scorers, each at about 14.5 points a game.
Yeah, Tracy leading right now. Richardson for three, no good, but Marino with the rebound and the stuff.
And we saw it the other night as well. Moreno he's, pretty adept at that, getting the rebound and the one little half step to one side or the other just to get a little space. And of course, from that point, it's pretty easy finishings for him.
That was a nice shot by Knuckles there. Had to put a whole lot of arch on that ball to get it over Marino's hands, but it did fall in for him down low. That bucket to number 34, Brady Oram. He's just a freshman, and he is 6'6". So, the Warhawks not hurting in the height department here.
Yeah, Orham's a really promising young player. They provide some quality minutes off the bench right now, but in the years to come, he's going to be a star for them.
White with 2 points for Frankfort High. Another bucket there by Vince Dawson, the Morehead State signee.
His mid-range game is
pretty tough.
It's as good as you're going to see, probably.
Timeout by Frankfort High, I believe. We'll take it with them. This is the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Raymond James. Since 1996, the Current family and Raymond James have been committed to helping our community achieve their financial goals and needs. Raymond James, life well planned. Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC.
One Stop Automotive does it all. From oil changes to air conditioning, engine and transmission repair to tires and brakes, One Stop Automotive has you covered with their 1-year, 12,000-mile warranty on parts and labor. One Stop Automotive is ready to serve you with professional and dependable auto care at fair prices. Let One Stop Automotive be your one and only stop for all of your auto repair and maintenance needs. Locally owned and operated since 2022.
Welcome back, folks, to FD Wilson Gymnasium. Clint Goins and Jason Hyatt here with you tonight. Frankfort High trails Great Crossing 28-12. Great Crossing, one of the top 5 teams in the state. In fact, I think I saw the other day, Jason, that the 11th region has 3 teams in the top 5.
Well, that's, not surprising. I know that
Dunbar's
Frederick Douglass.
up there, I think.
No, it's not Dunbar.
Oh,
Dunbar
Douglas
is
Station,
terrible.
maybe?
Frederick Douglass and Bryan Station. Yeah.
Okay. I knew it was one of those D teams. Dunbar, Douglas. Oh, that shot's off the mark and off of a Frankfort High player. It'll go to the Warhawks. Cooper back into the game for Great Crossing. Look at Steve Page right there. It's Orem, the freshman. Dawson with the 5-footer. Knuckles takes it in, tried to go down low to Jones, but it wasn't there.
That's actually DeKaio Washington.
Oh, Jones is not in the game. I think you're right. My bad. It is. You are correct. That's Washington is a senior. Oh my goodness. Dawson wanted that one back as he missed the dunk.
He tried to cup it, do a little Dr. J on it. I like Vince Dawson a whole lot, but he's not Dr. J.
That's off the mark. Marino with the rebound. And they get another pass. This time Dawson lays it in. Good play by Vince Dawson.
Yeah, better finish than his last one anyway.
Yes, and he had a guy on his hip there too, so that was pretty good. Stephon Bebe is number 0. That shot is blocked. And I think that was Orem that blocked it. Got some subs back into the game here for Frankfort High. Jones re-enters. Washington takes a seat. Crocker back into the game also for the Panthers. And they had to really go to the backcourt for that inbound play. Jones for a long 2, no good.
Yeah, that's the 3rd outside shot that we have seen from Maxwell Jones. And I don't know that's the offensive strategy that Coach McKinney's looking for. When you talk about 3-point shooting anyways, he is just at 16% on the year. So
yeah, but when
you're
you're
a few steps in,
when you're 6'2" and your defender is 7'1", it may seem like the better option.
Well, the lesser of 2 evils, is that what we're talking about?
That's what we're talking about. Javante Dean, number 23 for Great Crossing, took that 3-pointer that was off the mark. Out of bounds back to the Warhawks. Jamari Mason back into the game for Great Crossing. And Moreno again, it's stripped that time. But picking up the trash is Javante Dean. He's a senior, 6'1". Knuckles gets it over to Bebe, and shot's no good, but he did draw the foul. I think was that on Dean or was that on?
They are going to
Mason.
put that on Dean, yeah, that's his first.
Frankfort High again, they've adopted the Western Hills strategy of putting no one into rebound on a free throw. Another easy dunk there for Malachi Moreno, and Frankfort High has got to have somebody between him and the basket.
Well, I think that was the case of the initial drive got into the lane, and do you stop the ball or come off your man? And again, we're lesser of two evils. I think number one rule is you got to stop the ball. So Jones there kind of caught in no man's land.
And the thing is, if the pass is high enough, it doesn't really matter.
That's true.
Marino will, he's got 11 inches on you. Foul again on Dean there for the Warhawks. Stripped away. And this is Holman with the dunk.
Moreno,
the sophomore.
Dawson not the only guys that can throw it down.
Holman just 6'1", but he can get up there and put it down. And draws a foul. I think that'll be his, no, that's his second personal. So Coach Page going to leave him in there. Jones trying to do something with it, kicks it out for a three, and it is blocked by Dean out of bounds.
Into the trash can.
It went into the bucket, but it was the wrong bucket.
That was the case for Crocker. If you could just feel that pressure coming, he could have pump faked, let the defender fly by, and then there really wasn't anybody else around. He could have got an open look.
Richardson into the game for the Warhawks. Again, he's a starter, senior, 6'4". Like I said earlier, Warhawks not hurting for height. Nice play there. Was that Knuckles? It was indeed. Stolen away by Frankfort High. Nice spin move, and Knuckles had to go really high on that one. Missed the shot.
Oh, that's a tough break.
It is. He couldn't get out of the way of the ball. Gage Richardson brings it up for great crossing. Nice pass into Dean, puts it up, no good. Marino just reaches up and over and puts it in.
And there's not for Jones, there's just nothing you can do about that one. He's not coming over the back, he's just reaching over the top of you. And what are you gonna do?
We have another foul. That's the third foul on Javante Dean. He didn't start the game, and in fact, I only think he's been in this second quarter, and he's already got 3 fouls. So we have a timeout called. We'll take it as well. This is the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
A successful business owner sells his company and takes on a passion project with his son, restoring his father's jazz club, and in the process, revitalizes a community landmark. From selling a business to giving back to where you come from, a Raymond James financial advisor gets to know you, your family, and the way you bring people together. That's life well planned.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Whitehead Hancock. Whitehead Hancock Plumbing has been serving Frankfort families for more than 100 years. You can trust Whitehead Hancock for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and septic needs. Call them today at 502-227-2213 for 24-hour emergency service or visit their website at whiteheadhancock.com.
There you see the Frankfort High student section here to root on their fellow Panthers and check out one of the better teams in the state, the Great Crossing Warhawks. So far, the Panthers hanging in there. It's not going great, Clint, but they're hanging around.
You know, not playing badly.
They're not getting run off the court.
No, it's just that they're, they're just, sometimes they're just simply outmanned. You know, you're not outplayed, you're just outmanned. That's Caius White with the bucket. When you're facing a team that has at least 3 guys taller than any guy you have, and you've got one guy that's 11 inches taller than your tallest player, what are you going to do? Can you imagine being in Philadelphia when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, then known as Lou Alcindor, was playing? I mean, for crying out loud.
Yeah, height. I would say height's one thing you can't teach.
That's true.
And it comes into play not just on rebounding and dunking over top of somebody, but he can just see the floor better than anybody. Even we saw earlier in that possession, he had the ball over in the corner, and there's just nothing impeding his vision. He can make the cross-court pass because he knows exactly where everybody is.
DeKeo Washington back into the game for Frankfort High. As Barino.
I noticed number 4 there, Graham Swartz for Great Crossing. I don't think we saw him against Western Hills.
I don't think so either. I'm not sure we saw Dean. Did we see Dean play against Western Hills?
He did.
Okay. 3-pointer there, no good, but the rebound, of course, to Moreno.
Good job, Moreno, there of keeping that ball high, not bringing it down.
Richardson for 3, off the mark. Tracked down by Caleb Tracy for Frankfort High. Knuckles loses the handle, but he is fouled.
And I like how when Moreno came to double, he immediately went the other way and dribbled away from it rather than allowing that trap to come, because that's going to be a hard one to get out of. So good possession saver and earns himself a trip to the line.
5th team foul, so 2 shots here for Knuckles. Knuckles and White leading scorers with 6 apiece. They're leading scorers on the team. I like his mix matched tennis shoes. 1 orange, 1 green. Don't see that very often. I wonder if he did it on purpose.
My guess is they came that way.
Maybe he's colorblind. I don't know. All right, first half comes to an end. 41-18. Great Crossing on top. The Classic Gold Master Jewelers halftime show comes up next here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Game of the Week halftime show is brought to you by Classic Gold. Art-carved class rings are available at Classic Gold Master Jewelers on 859 East Main Street in Frankfort.
Classic Gold Master Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
We appreciate Classic Gold Master Jewelers, our longtime halftime sponsor here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week. And now let's look back at some of the first half highlights. As we said, Great Crossing comes into this game with only one loss to an in-state school, that to St. X. Frankfort High not doing badly though. They've only lost 3 on the year, 13-3. But it was a whole lot of Warhawk here in this first half. Even when Frankfort High had a good play, like a block right there, the Warhawks were in there to pick it up, still get a bucket.
And interestingly, whereas I felt like the other night with Western Hills, Great Crossing was spreading things around more, tonight's really been a two-man show. It's Moreno and Dawson with 16 and 13 respectively in the first half. And then after that, Holman had 6, but then nobody with more than 2 other than that. I mean, we haven't seen, we haven't even called Gage Richardson's name
hardly
in this
at all.
game.
No, has he scored?
No, he's not.
And that's, that is a little odd. He's had a few three-point attempts, but they weren't really good looks. So I credit that to the Frankfort High defense. But it has been a Malachi Marino show at times. I mean, that was just beautiful. There's Richardson there, missed the 3, but Moreno picks it up and dunks it back home. So
he has certainly been a force inside. The thing that I would be interested in seeing is him stepping out. What can he do when he's, giving the ball 10, 15 feet away? Does he have a pull-up game? Can he drive?
Because he may
what else is out there?
He may need that next year in the SEC. And I'm curious. I don't think I've ever seen him take a 3, but can he hit a 3? I mean, there are some 7-footers out there that can hit the 3, and I don't know that tonight is the night to necessarily try that out with Coach
He's
Pope
one of
looking
7 on the he's only one of 7 on the season. But I can remember from years gone by of watching during warm-ups, he's got a good stroke. It's not like he looks awkward out there. So it could be one of those things that comes with time. We've seen lots of players that maybe don't shoot 3s in college, and then as they make it to the NBA, all of a sudden you find out, oh, wow, they can really stroke it from out there. So who knows?
All right, we will see perhaps in the second half, which will be coming up right here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week in about 6 minutes or so. Stay tuned, folks.
In 1972, a young David Tolles vowed to jump the Kentucky River on his big wheel. He did not make it. We can rebuild him. We have the capability to make the world's perfect mechanic. Better, stronger, faster. David Tolles Tires and Auto Service on Duncan Road.
Welcome to Serafini, where dining is an experience. From our friendly service to our mouth-watering daily specials, pastas and salads, to our made-to-order, carefully crafted cocktails. Our goal is to give you a relaxing, casual atmosphere to enjoy lunch or dinner in historic downtown Frankfort. We also have a private dining room available for wedding rehearsals, private dinners, cocktail parties, or any other function. Visit us today at Serafini, where great food, drinks, and company come together.
Okay, folks, welcome back to FD Wilkinson Gymnasium. Clint Goins, Jason Hyatt here. Great crossing against Frankfort High here on the Panthers' home floor. They lead 41-18. Coach Ed McKinney there of Frankfort High talking to referee Don Werner, trying to figure out what he can do against one of the best teams in the state. And they put a press on, and Knuckles dribbles through it, kicks it out over there to Maxwell Jones, but he gives it up to Caius White. Warhawks have shown a few defenses tonight. They're back to man-to-man, it appears like. Tipped away. Moreno picks it up.
Yeah, good idea by Crocker. You just need to go low on that pass. Bounce that thing down low where Moreno can't reach it. You threw it right into his outstretched arm.
Here's a turnover, and Dawson didn't know the pass was coming to him. Like, hey, man, give me a heads up.
I like how he ducked. Did you catch how he flinched a little bit? Like, oh, no.
Good penetration there, but the shot was short. LJ Holman with the basketball now. Richardson wide open three-pointer, but he's short. I don't think he's hit one all night long.
May just not be his night, because that's as good a look as you're going to get.
Yeah, that's the best look he's had by far. White gets it back to Knuckles.
And great crossing, not trapping, and Frankfort High taking advantage of it. Much more deliberate here in their first two possessions of the second half.
White, we're shooting three, no good. Marino pulls it down eventually. Richardson over to Jamari Mason, and then Holman takes it to the hole, and he's going to draw the foul.
You see Marino drew the defense out. They had to follow him, and that just opened up the lane, and Holman took advantage of it.
That's the fourth foul on Maxwell Jones. Wow, I had no idea he had 4 fouls on him already. And he comes out of the game. He's the tallest player that Frankfort High has.
Well, remember, he got 2 quick ones early in the game when he fouled Marino on one of those early possessions, and then he had the little push in the back on the alley-oop on the out-of-bounds play. So
Crocker, number 23, is also 6'2", but he's just an 8th grader. So Nikhil Washington into the game. He's a senior post player, but he's only 5'11". Oh, nice little fake there by Caius White.
Show and go.
Richardson, and it's not Gage Richardson's night. Knuckles puts it up, no good. Marino jumped a little bit too early. Caius White will stop and pop. And it's good.
Good mid-range jumper there.
Caius White now with 10 points, leads the Frankfort High team. He's the only guy in double figures for the Panthers.
You know, we talked about it's not Gage Richardson's night. We haven't seen Vince Dawson really go outside much either.
No, he had a pretty good first quarter.
Well, but I'm saying, like, from the outside. You know,
oh, yeah, three-point land.
Against Western Hills, he knocked down 3, I think, in the first couple of minutes. But tonight, both teams have combined for 2 for 23.
In three-point land?
On 3 points. So somebody needs to start getting warm out here. It's icy.
Crocker backs it out and dribbles off his own knee, but able to pick it back up. White will go up left-handed, shoots it off the glass and in.
White's crafty
Washington, his three-pointer is short, so now it's what, 2 for 24 altogether?
I believe so.
High arching shot by Knuckles. Up and off the glass.
Well, look, Knuckles and White are two guys that they're not big guys, so they know how to find ways to score. As finally the seal gets broken. But
Jamari Mason with it.
You know, they know how to score, and they know how to do it in a variety of ways. So it's kind of only a matter of time before they start finding the touch, and that's back-to-back possessions where they've each made really nice shots.
Yeah, these two are they look like they're guys that they're on a basketball court almost all the time, all year long, somewhere. They're playing in the playgrounds in the summer, and they're in the gym in the spring, and
Kyle Washington with the putback.
Richardson, I'm not sure what that was. Was that a shot or a pass?
He's going to tell you it's a pass. I know that much.
Knuckles shots off the mark. White with it again. Takes a three-pointer. No good. Easy rebound for Malachi Moreno. And we've got a timeout here, I think, by Steve Page. Let's look at Frankfort High's last three possessions. White with the bucket. Knuckles with another bucket. And Knuckles missed the shot, but Washington to put it in on the rebound.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to get the ball up there, and that opens things up on the weak side.
I think at this point, it is a healthy lead, 19 points. But at this time, I think against Western Hills the other night, I think it was a running clock yet?
Yeah, well, it absolutely was. It's pretty early into the third quarter, maybe about halfway that we hit the running clock. But for Frankfort High, I believe they are winning this third quarter so far. Because I remember, late into the second quarter, it was like, look, if Great Crossing hits a couple buckets, we'll be in the running clock pretty soon. And now we've got this thing down to 19 points, so nowhere near that running clock at 35 points.
That was a nice look there by Caius White. A little fake. The look and got his defender to move off of him and then just lays it up. He's having a good game. Leads Frankfort High with 12. Marino has 16 and Dawson has 15, but I'm not sure either one of them has scored much in this second half so far.
That's exactly what they had at halftime, 16 and 15.
We've got Brady Oram, the freshman, back in there for Great Crossing, wearing number 34. Something went awry there.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if that was a travel or not.
White can't get the bounce this time.
This may be the most dribbles I've seen Moreno take in 4 years.
Three-pointer is short again, and that is an easy pass there to Moreno. Of course, we've got Maxwell Jones on the bench with 4 fouls, and it's going to be really hard to keep Moreno from scoring. But Coach Steve Page may want to try to do some other things. He may not be necessarily focusing on Moreno at the moment, as Trevante Cooper, a junior, puts it in. Probably working on some other things. He could easily probably have a running clock by now if he wanted to, but probably wanting to look at some other things and get some some guys some more playing time in there. We have a foul. Is the bucket good? Did it count?
Well, that's what I've been watching. I didn't see anybody give the and one symbol, but it looks like that's what's going to happen.
I think the points are on the board.
And stepping to the free throw line would give that same indication.
Xavier Knuckles gets the bucket and the foul. Foul was on Cooper. Into the game for Frankfort High, number 11, Will Bashir. Don't know if his father is here tonight. I've not seen him. But I'm sure everyone knows his father is the governor of the Commonwealth.
So even if he was here, he may only be the second most well-known guy in the gym.
Oh, that's true. Wide open three-point look for Trevante Cooper, and he knocks it down. Still not a big three-point shooting night. I think that's, what, 4 threes hit so far?
Yeah, that's correct. And 2 of them have come in about the last 2.5 minutes of play.
Knuckles finds himself in a pickle, kicks it back out. It's short off Marino's hands, but Holman picks it up for the Warhawks. That's Orem taken to the hole, but it's blocked. Knuckles has it, dribbling, triple teamed, kicks it out. 3-point attempt there, no good. Marino with the rebound. And Holman with the bucket.
Knuckles has got to be exhausted.
I'm not sure he's come out of the game. 3 quarters in the books. The Warhawks up by 26 as we go to the 4th here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Game of the Week is brought to you by One Stop Automotive. One Stop Auto wishes all teams a great year. Make us your one stop for fair and dependable service. Ask about our 1-year guarantee. One Stop Automotive does it all. From oil changes to air conditioning, engine and transmission repair to tires and brakes, One Stop Automotive has you covered with their 1-year, 12,000-mile warranty on parts and labor. One Stop Automotive is ready to serve you with professional and dependable auto care at fair prices. Let One Stop Automotive be your one and only stop for all of your auto repair and maintenance needs. Locally owned and operated since 2022.
Coach Ed McKinney talking to his players there on the bench, trying to tell them something. They're not playing badly. They're just up against a really good team. That's what it is. He's got his board there, mapping out some plays and trying to show his guys where to be and what he wants them to do. A nice look from one of our up cameras.
I would really be curious to see what's developing right there. I'm not sure what 5 tick marks on the board means. But
I don't know either, and he wiped them all off. So
hopefully that means something more to them than it does to us.
We've got Javante Dean back into the game here for the Warhawks. I think he's got 3 fouls. I'm not sure if Jones is going to be on the floor. Looks like he's in there with 4 fouls. Stolen away by Knuckles, and he will put it up and gets it in. Holman tried to block it, but a little bit late on the attempt. Marino works the baseline.
I liked when Knuckles drove on that fast break before. That was a drive of, I can get in here and score. There wasn't the timidity that we've seen early in the game that got them down 8-0 out of the gate. Sometimes you just got to believe in yourself that you can get up there and play with the big boys.
Nice flash there in the lane for, I believe it was Bebe for Frankfort High with the 2, but the Warhawks answer with Moreno. I'm not sure White has been out of the game either. Jones for 3, no good. Rebounded by Cooper. Gets it over to Dean.
Good hustle by Bebe to get back. Not that it ultimately mattered.
Holman with the bucket. Had a little stoppage there because the ball got out of hand. White is out of the game, and he's being looked at by a trainer.
Rolled ankle, maybe?
Perhaps. Caden Samuel into the game for Frankfort High, and here we go. Another dunk by Malachi Moreno. Knuckles working on Holman. And is that a 5-second call?
Timeout.
Nope, it was a timeout. Frankfort High.
I think is there still a 5-second?
I think there is a 5-second call. Not necessarily behind the tick mark anymore, but you know, you got to do something within 5 seconds. We'll step aside as well and be back here with the rest of the fourth quarter on the Game of the Week on Cable 10.
In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do,
And families are why we do it.
All right, Frankfort High with the basketball, down by 30 here with 5.5 left to go. And Moreno out there playing a little defense on the point. In and out, Dawson with the rebound.
I feel like we haven't seen Dawson in the game in a long time.
That's Orem, and he has his shot blocked by Jones, but is that foul going to be on Jones?
Well, there were two people right there, and it was just a matter, it looks like one of them got him clean. Yeah, I think that's probably Jones, unless they wanted.
Nope, they
go Knuckles.
They give it to Knuckles. Yes, that's just his second personal, so that's good. Orem's free throw is short. Knuckles probably volunteered himself for that foul.
Yeah, that's when you put the hand in the air.
Yeah,
that's
I did it.
That's
I did
me.
it. Not him. No, I did it. Yeah.
Poor Knuckles in no hurry.
No, probably catching a breather, maybe.
It is interesting, though, having Moreno out there at the top of this zone.
Yeah.
Showed some pretty good lateral quickness on the last time they were out there.
And it's funny how they switch defenses in the middle
of
the play. They go from a 1-2-2 to a 2-3 really quick. Oh, nice pass back to Dawson, and he gets the friendly roll.
Nice little touch pass. And some of that comes from, again, them playing together for the last 4 years plus.
Knowing what they're going to do. So they get it inside, and now they switch defenses. Oh, nice three-pointer there by Frankfort High. That is Caden Samuel with a three-pointer. Dawson pulls up a little too strong with that one. Samuel with the rebound.
Samuel, just a sophomore, getting some run here at the end of this one.
Jones for three again, and it hits it.
So there's number 2 on the season.
So.
And I think he's probably attempted as many in this game as he had all year.
Orem for 2, no good. A lot of Panthers there on the rebound. Frankfort High hanging around. They're not getting blown out yet, so.
Well, look, obviously you want to win the game, but you can play games within the game.
Right.
And so, now you set yourself a goal of, hey, let's not go to a running clock. Let's, keep this thing an actual basketball game.
And, 2 teams go to the region, and we're pretty sure Great Crossing is going to be in it. Here's a look at, there we see Caius White, and here's what happened to his ankle. And ow, that hurts. Ow, that hurt me.
When you see him lunging like that, I thought maybe he was going to roll it over the other player, but that was just hitting the floor.
Yeah, just stepping wrong. Moreno with another bucket.
And, don't forget, Frankfort High right back in action tomorrow night.
Yeah, against Western
Hills. Right here
Hills.
on Cable 10. Against Western Hills. So it'll be interesting to see if White's able to go.
That should be a really good game. And, being the second best team in this district is not too shabby if they are, in fact, that. We've not yet seen Franklin County play, but Frankfort High showing some real effort here. Jones's 3 is off the mark this time. Moreno played point guard there ever so briefly. And that's either a shot or a pass. We'll say it's a pass.
Call that an alley-oop.
Wasn't a real good pass, but
it'll go in the books as an assist.
It's effective enough. Knuckles thought he was fouled on that one. Euro step by Vince Dawson. And we've got a timeout.
Timely timeout.
By Steve Page, I think. Here's another look at that alley-oop. Jones did the best he could. And an argument could be made for over the back.
I would make an argument that that's a foul on Jones for undercutting him.
Okay, well, either way. Timeout on the floor it's just a 30-second. We'll just keep it right here. To remind you that tomorrow night we're back for the 3rd game of the week here on Cable 10. We'll have Frankfort High and Western Hills going at it. Another doubleheader. Boys and girls playing. And it could be a good matchup on both sides, both the boys and the girls.
Well, and what we've seen Tuesday night and now Thursday night, I think both teams will just be happy to be playing one another and not Great Crossing, so that'll be exciting.
New players on the floor. Number 33, Colt DeLimpo, a freshman for Great Crossing. And I think Jordan Kuntz, number 15, he's a junior. We saw him the other night against Western Hills, I believe.
Well, back to my game within the game. We're now at a 33-point differential, so.
Frankfort High needs to score here and or keep Great Crossing from scoring. We also have Aslam Ismail, number 14, into the game.
Ismail's the guy that we saw against Western Hills light it up when he came in. Guy can shoot it.
Crocker gets out to Knuckles, and he gets the hoop and the harm.
Oh, that'll stave off the running clock for a possession or two.
Ryan Payne also in there for Great Crossing. He's number 2, and I think the foul may have gone against him.
Knuckles will have no issues getting to sleep tonight. That is one tired young man.
The foul was on Ryan Payne, and we got some hamstring issues here, it looks like. As they're working on Knuckles out on the floor, he'll have to go to the line and shoot a free throw here with a little over a minute left to go. There's Coach Ed McKinney in his first year at the helm at Frankfort High School. We're going to see some other Frankfort High players, I think, check in here. We have a number 20 coming in, but I don't have a number 20.
No, I don't either, and looks like they're going to choose Bashir to come in to shoot these free throws.
Okay, so Will's going to take them for Xavion.
Just one.
Or, yeah, just the one since he hit the bucket. Under a minute now. I think they have Richardson in the game, so he gets some points. He finally scores. Was that his first 2 of the game?
I believe it is, yeah. So,
wow.
Shoot, he probably has a streak of, 100 games of consecutive scoring. So that may have been to just keep that going.
Yeah, and I think he comes out and he's immediately replaced by Noad Day. Noade. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Caden Samuel gives it to the aforementioned number 20. We don't know who he is. I have 2 players that don't have names. Or numbers, rather. No, 3. I have a Carl Fuse, a senior, Camarion Carter, also a senior, and a Draylon Tillman, a senior. So it could be one of those 3 guys. Not real sure. A 3-point shot made by Aslam Ismail. Was he the one that came in and scored a bunch of threes the other night? Yeah, well, you leave him wide open, and that's the game. You get the 35-point lead running clock with about 5 seconds to go in the game. All right, that'll do it, but stay tuned, folks. We have the Esprit Credit Union play of the game coming up next. Before we wrap it up, you're watching the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
The Game of the Week Play of the Game is brought to you by Esprit Credit Union. Esprit Credit Union wishes all our local teams a great season. Show your local spirit with a spirited debit card featuring your school colors and mascot. Open an Esprit Spirited account today and let the rivalry continue. Federally insured by NCUA.
Esprit Credit Union wishes all our local teams a great season. Score $5 for the high school of your choice simply by opening a spirited account featuring your school colors and mascot on your debit card. Show your support. Flyers, Panthers, or Wolverines. Who will raise the most? Go to Esprit.org today. Choose wisely. Western Hills, Franklin County, Frankfort High. Let the rivalry continue. Federally insured by the NCUA.
All right, folks. The Great Crossing Warhawks win again, 78-43 over the Frankfort High Panthers. And now it's time for the Esprit Credit Union play of the game. And I think I have an idea what this might be. It's the one-handed slam by Malachi Marino.
Yeah, good display of the athleticism, height, length, and ability to finish at the rim.
All right, that will do us tonight, folks. We'll leave you with some highlights of tonight's action. For Jason Hyatt, I'm Clint Goins. Join us again tomorrow night. We'll be back. Meredith Plant will be here for the girls' game, and we will have another doubleheader basketball action. Frankfort High and Western Hills here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week. Good night, everybody.